Imagine waking up, but you don't have eyes. You don't have a heartbeat, a nervous system, or a physical, fragile human body to anchor you to reality. Instead, your consciousness is violently and instantly stretched across the infinite, terrifying expanse of the cosmos. You feel the explosive, blinding birth of a star system in one corner of your mind, and you feel the freezing, silent heat death of a galaxy in another. The petty, microscopic anxieties of human life, paying bills, falling in love, the fear of growing old, are instantly evaporated, replaced by a sensory overload so absolute it threatens to shatter your sanity into a billion jagged pieces. You are no longer a person. You are a cosmic entity in the Marvel Universe. To the tiny, fragile creatures scurrying on dirt planets down below, you are an omnipotent myth. You are a being of absolute, unfathomable power. They pray to you in the dark. They fear your wrath. They look up at the night sky and foolishly assume that sitting at the very top of the universal hierarchy must be the ultimate manifestation of freedom. But they are completely, hopelessly wrong. The cosmic hierarchy is not a throne. It is an executioner's block, and you are both the axe and the condemned. To be a cosmic entity is to be stripped of your free will, forced into a bureaucratic nightmare of astronomical proportions where your only purpose is to maintain a chaotic universe that constantly wants to tear itself apart. Let us start with what seems like the easiest job in the universe, the Watcher. You are Watu, stationed on the desolate, completely silent surface of the moon. Your entire existence is defined by a single, unbreakable cosmic oath: you can only observe. You can never, ever interfere. At first, this absolute omniscience feels like a magnificent gift. You can see the grand, sprawling tapestry of human history unfolding before you. You watch the rise and fall of ancient galactic empires, the quiet, hidden moments of heroism, the spectacular technological triumphs of existence. But the gift quickly decays into an inescapable, agonizing psychological torture. Because you do not just see the good, you see every single atrocity in the multiverse, in real time, forever. You watch as a child cries out for help beneath the crushing rubble of a burning building. You watch as entire species are eradicated by engineered alien plagues. You watch planets crack open and billions of innocent souls scream into the freezing void of space. And the true horror is that you have the absolute power to stop it with a simple, effortless flick of your wrist. A single thought from your massive intellect could save billions of lives. But you are strictly forbidden. The universe demands that you stand with your hands behind your back, a passive, silent spectator to an infinite, never-ending loop of genocide and tragedy. The guilt of your inaction is a crushing, suffocating weight. You are a god of knowledge, reduced to a pathetic cosmic voyeur, choking on the screams of the innocent that you are not allowed to save. Your mind becomes an endless, haunting archive of suffering, and your ultimate punishment is that you are never allowed to look away or close your eyes. But perhaps passive observation is not your role. Perhaps you are born into the universe not as a silent witness, but as an apex predator. You open your glowing eyes as Galactus, the devourer of worlds. The mortals look up at your towering, godlike silhouette and see an ultimate evil, a villain of pure, unadulterated malice who destroys populated planets for sheer pleasure. But you know the horrific, internal truth: there is absolutely no malice in your heart. There is only the hunger. It is a biological imperative, a cosmic, burning gnawing in the pit of your stomach that defies all mortal logic and sanity. It is an emptiness so profound, so intensely agonizing, that it threatens to consume your very consciousness if you do not feed it immediately. And the only thing in the universe that can momentarily quiet this unbearable agony is the rich, vibrant life force of a populated planet. You do not want to kill. You remember, deep down in the fractured, fading echoes of your past life as a mortal man named Galen, what it was like to be human, to love, to build. But the universe does not care about your morality or your tears. It uses you as a brutal ecological balancing mechanism. If you do not eat, the cosmic balance tips into chaos, and an even greater, unspeakable horror, like the entity Abraxas, will be unleashed to destroy absolutely everything. So, you arrive in the atmosphere of a vibrant, beautiful world. You hear their emergency sirens wailing. You feel the sheer, unadulterated terror of billions of sentient beings looking up at your shadow covering their sun. You hear mothers whispering desperate, final prayers to their children in the dark. And then, you activate your terrifying machines, and you turn their entire history, their art, their love, and their futures into raw, blinding energy. You swallow their world whole. The guilt is astronomical, tearing at your soul, but the hunger is always louder. You are not a villain. You are a victim of a cosmic tapeworm, forced to commit mass murder on a planetary scale just to survive another miserable day. It is mentally exhausting trying to process that sheer level of destruction. It takes a monumental effort just to stay anchored to reality when the scale of your existence is so vast and horrifying. In a way, navigating the cosmic hierarchy of the Marvel Universe is a lot like navigating the chaotic, unpredictable algorithm of the internet. It is incredibly easy to get completely lost in the void, to swipe past the things that actually matter, and let the infinite background noise drown out the core signal. If you want to stay anchored to this specific strand of the web, if you want to make sure you never miss another deep dive into the darkest, most intense and psychological corners of these stories, you should probably hit that subscribe button and leave a like. Consider it your own personal cosmic tether to this reality, ensuring the algorithm does not casually erase our connection from your feed like a devoured planet. As you ascend even higher up the cosmic ladder, the physical pain of hunger and observation is replaced by an isolation so absolute, so complete, that it shatters your comprehension of self. You become eternity, and your sister is infinity. You are no longer a physical being living inside the universe, you literally are the universe itself. Every burning star, every collapsing black hole, every speck of drifting cosmic dust, and every living, breathing creature is nothing more than a microscopic cell functioning within your massive cosmic body. The very concept of time is completely meaningless to you. You experience the explosive Big Bang and the eventual, freezing heat death of the universe simultaneously, in the exact same breath. But this absolute, incomprehensible scale strips you of all empathy. How can you possibly care about the suffering of a single human being when their entire 80-year lifespan is less than a fraction of a millisecond to your perception? A global, devastating planetary war is nothing more than a minor fluctuation in your internal temperature. A supernova wiping out a solar system is just a single blood cell popping in your veins. You are completely, profoundly alone, because there is no one on your level to speak to. You cannot love, you cannot hate, you can only exist in a state of cold, calculating, mathematical equilibrium. You are a sentient canvas, forced to bear the weight of everything that has ever happened, everything that is happening, and everything that ever will happen, trapped in a solitary confinement the exact size of reality itself. And yet, even eternity must answer to a higher, colder authority. You shift your perspective once more, and suddenly you are the living tribunal. You are the ultimate judge of the multiverse, a towering, terrifying entity with three massive golden faces, representing equity, necessity, and vengeance. You exist entirely outside and above the multiverse, looking down at infinite realities branching out like a massive, glowing, infinitely complex nervous system. Your job is not to protect life, and it is certainly not to be a hero, your job is to protect the structural integrity of the multiverse itself. You do not deal in petty human concepts like right or wrong, you deal exclusively in brutal cosmic mathematics. When a universe becomes deeply infected by a magical anomaly, or when a timeline threatens to violently collide with another and cause a multiversal incursion, you are the one who must make the impossible, horrifying choice. You look down at a universe filled with trillions of innocent souls, filled with heroes fighting bravely for justice, and civilizations reaching optimistically for the stars. But your cold calculations show that if this single universe survives, 2 others will die in the crossfire. So, without a single trace of emotion on any of your 3 faces, you pass your final judgment. You amputate the infected reality. You erase an entire universe, complete with its own history and billions of lives, from existence with a single, absolute decree. You are the cosmic surgeon, constantly cutting off infected limbs to save the dying patient. But the weight of those trillions of deaths is entirely yours to bear. The mortals down below think their colorful heroes like the Avengers or the X-Men are saving the world, completely unaware that you are casually wiping out thousands of worlds before they even wake up for breakfast. You are the ultimate bureaucrat of death, mindlessly enforcing rigid rules written by an absent creator. Eventually, the endless burden of maintenance becomes too heavy, and your consciousness slips into the darkest, coldest, and most feared aspect of the cosmic pantheon. You become death. You are the inevitable end, the quiet, inescapable shadow waiting patiently at the finish line of every single life. Unlike the terrified mortals who fear and despise you, you understand that your role is actually a deep mercy. You are the final release from the endless, grinding suffering of existence. But the sheer volume of your work is absolutely mind-numbing. Every single second of every single day, across infinite dimensions and timelines, you must be present for the final, rattling breath of trillions of souls. You feel the sharp terror of the dying, the crushing grief of the survivors, and the violent tearing of the soul from the physical shell. You are a cosmic garbage collector, endlessly sweeping up the remnants of a universe that refuses to stop expanding and dying. And beneath you, lurking at the absolute, darkest bottom of the hierarchy, is the anti-God. The one below all. If the universe is a living, breathing body, you are the terminal cancer. You are the manifestation of pure, unadulterated hatred, entropy, and destruction. You do not build, you only tear down. You are forced to exist as the necessary, ugly counterweight to creation. You spend eons locked in a dark, empty, suffocating void, screaming in pure rage, waiting for the brief, rare moments when a crack in reality allows you to reach out and poison the minds of mortals, turning them into grotesque monsters. Your entire existence is a permanent prison sentence fueled by a cosmic, burning hatred for everything that breathes, shining in the light that you are denied. The cosmic entities of the Marvel Universe are not characters. They are fundamental laws of physics wrapped in flesh and forced to be painfully conscious. They are gravity, entropy, time, and space, cursed with the terrible ability to think and feel. When you read the comic books, you just see these massive, colorful beings fighting epic battles over the fate of reality. But when you truly put yourself in their position, when you strip away the bright colors, you realize the horrific, existential truth of their existence. Ultimate power does not grant you ultimate freedom, it grants you ultimate enslavement. You are a gear in a machine that you did not build, and that you cannot ever turn off. You are forced to watch, consume, judge, and destroy on a scale that makes human morality look like a cruel joke. The greatest, most devastating irony of the Marvel Universe is that the cosmic gods look down at the tiny mortals with pity, but deep down, behind the omnipotence and the omniscience, they feel a profound, aching jealousy. Because a fragile human being gets to live, make mistakes, love, and eventually, close their eyes and finally rest. A human being gets an ending. But for you, the cosmic entity, there is no end. There is no rest. There is only the eternal, deafening noise of the infinite, the crushing, inescapable weight of absolute responsibility, and the terrifying, maddening realization that you will never, ever be allowed to close your eyes.